Monday, June 12th, 2011. I didn't post a video last week. Sorry. I didn't know what to talk about. Kind of. This is what happened. Sort of. Anyway, so I'm just going to do a questions video, sort of. First, over the last year, basically Tuesday will mark the 1 year mark since I began this whole journey. So, we're gonna have a party on Tuesday, and Tuesday night I will post my party, the video I will be showing at the party. But I'm not gonna post it before then. So I figured today I should answer some questions. So Maddie came up with a list of questions, and the first one is, what was the best moment this year? And I would have to say by far the best moment was most likely the very first 5K, crossing the finish line. One, because I actually did it, but I think it was in that moment that I probably realized that I just needed to overcome fear and not let fear make me believe that I can't do things, because clearly I can. I mean, 190 pounds, I ran a 5K in 30 minutes and 31 seconds, and I'd only been running for 4 or 5 weeks prior to that. So, physically that was a great moment because I accomplished something, but mentally that moment probably shaped my entire year following that. So that was my best moment. And then of course, followed by all best moments or worst moments. The worst moments is probably the moment that I don't realize how I made it through. That first 10 weeks, I hurt so bad. I had the weird rash that I know I've talked about before. Mentally, I was messed up and trying to overcome fear, but make enough progress that you didn't slide backwards, and trying to eat right. And you have to think so much. Like, you have to think about every single little part of your day, what you're going to eat, what you're going to do, what you're going to do if something goes wrong. Like, it's just so incredibly time consuming to try to form it's so incredibly time consuming to try to form positive habits and change things that you've been doing for years. But the worst moment by far was that, especially after I started running, I hurt so bad. To this day, I don't know how I made it. I don't know how I did any of it. But the worst moment was the pain of the first 10 weeks, just mentally and physically, and it was bad. I never ever want to repeat that, and I will do everything in my power to never have to repeat that 10 weeks. It was bad. What are 3 things that I've learned? The first one is that fear is the greatest obstacle to overcome. There is no reason why anybody should ever let fear hold them back from doing something. Right, Maddie? That's number 1. Number 2 is never let anybody tell you that you can't do something. No matter how logical or reasonable, or no matter who they are or how much you trust them, I mean, if they tell you you can't, run because you're too fat, well, you know what? They're a piece of crap. I mean, if they just tell, never let someone tell you you can't do something because you're not smart enough, or you're not fit enough, or you're not talented enough, or I don't know. Just don't let people tell you you can't do something. And the third thing is no matter how alone we might think that we are, we're never really alone. There's somebody that's supporting you. You know, God's always looking out for you, and He has a plan for you. No matter how alone you feel, you're not, and you just have to be patient and keep doing what you're doing. And one day you'll realize that you weren't alone, that you're not alone. So those are probably the three things that I've learned. The 3 ways that I've changed are probably, this is the easiest question, I am healthier, I am happier, and I am fitter. So, three goals that I had this year, and did I meet them? The 3 goals that I had on my very first My Personal Goals pyramid, which I will re-show you guys. One of them was to run a 10-minute mile, which I accomplished. The second one was to lose weight to become healthier, and I've lost weight, and I am healthier, and I did it in a healthy way. And the third thing was to get my black belt, and I did do that also. And that's what started this whole thing to begin with, so I'm very grateful for that, and for every delay that came with it. And the 3 things that I'm going to do next year, or that I will do next year, and obviously my new year starts June 14th, so until my next 1-year anniversary mark, which will be 2-year anniversary mark, I am going to complete the triathlon, and I will be registering for that in a couple days. It will be a 1-mile swim, 36-mile bike ride, and a 7-mile run, and that is in August. The second thing is to run a marathon, and I plan to register for that on Tuesday, and I plan to complete that in, I believe it's October. And the third thing is to finally graduate with my master's, and I'm working on finishing that up this summer. We'll see how things go, but by December I should definitely be walking across that stage. So in the next 6 months I should hopefully accomplish those 3 goals, and I will come up with some new ones. I do need to redo my personal goals pyramid, the second one. We need to come up with a 3rd version, which I will do here shortly, and it will include all of those things on it. If anybody has any questions, you know, feel free to ask them, and I will answer them. But until next time, enjoy. Maddie, you want to come say hi? Come here. Come here.